the event we need on here. So this is going to be us creating of an event that's a course that has automated emails afterwards, just so the video knows. So don't update. So I stopped in March. So the first event for that is an online workshop, seller education. So I look back real quick and see if we've had any of those before, which I know we have from previous months, but not in this calendar year. And I just want to make sure everything's right because we had a lot of issues with our previous calendar year when it comes to the automation emails. So I'll go back, and the only thing I'm caring about at this point is I'm caring about seller education. So I just need to find seller education and find the verbiage because I don't want to reach out to them and find new verbiage. So I go over here, I'm in events, and I search up here seller education. When I'm up here, I'll find some. So I found one on November 24th. I found seller education on September 8th. I can grab any of these. So I'll go up here and I'll click on, notice how they're like, these ones that I already created. Hold on. Edit all. Watch this one on. Yeah, I already created this one. So
3/10/2020.
yeah. So let me go like this. I'll trash the entire thing.
You don't want to just pick another one from the account? Keep it.
Yeah, I probably should. Okay, let me pick another one for the thing. Sure. So the next one on the calendar would be, I'll do this one. I'll do online workshop expired listings / prospecting. But I need to look and make sure it hasn't been done already. Which it has. So I don't know if I've already done this one.
Okay.
Let me see. I might not. If you type in this URL, this is the fastest way to get to that specific month on the calendar. Exactly. So training is the calendar by itself. 2020 is obviously the year. -03 is March. So it'll land you right on March. That's my fastest way that I can try to get through it. So if you notice, I already have John's in there. So, but it's not hooked up to Mailchimp.
Okay.
So I guess it'll kind of work for what we need. See, there's no Mailchimp in here. So let's just walk through that, and I'll just show that. So basically just pretend like this is a new event. I'm going to edit this top one, and I'm going to, so the way you're going to want to do these is in the first month, like if it's the new calendar year, you're going to want to create series for all of these, which I showed you earlier by going schedule multiple events and going in here, and you say maybe it happens every other month on the same like day. Maybe it's like maybe it's on the second Thursday or second Tuesday of every single month.
Okay.
And it's at the same time, and then just pick when it ends. That's the easiest way to get all of them in the calendar. And then when you go to edit them, all you have to do is when I just went back there and I clicked on that one, I clicked break from series. If you notice at the top,
yeah.
When I clicked on events or edit event, I clicked break from series. That now takes it out of the series so that I'm not
affecting all of them
because I want them all to have unique Mailchimp IDs on the bottom of them. So every single one of them is going to have a unique Mailchimp ID. So if this is a brand new event, you don't have to worry about that. So if it's a brand new event, you just click add new, you type in the title, you type in the description, you put the date, you put all this stuff, and then you start working on Mailchimp. If that makes sense. So you also select on the right side, you make sure auction workshop, Harcourts North America, and all that stuff, and you'll want to give it a photo at the bottom. If you're searching in here for the photos, anything that's an auction workshop series, all you have to do is type in workshop and it'll come up and this little image will come up. The good thing is when you're setting a recurring series, this is also the fastest way to get all the images up that are the same for all the events in the future. So like this event happens 4 times throughout the year, so I just did it that way. If it doesn't happen on a recurring time, and you're looking to just add more events, but they don't happen like every other month. Exactly. You go add more events, you click on once, type in the date.
And just do all 4 of them for the whole year.
Exactly. Yep. And then when you go in, you'll break them all from series afterwards
Mailchimps.
to put the Mailchimps in. Yep. And it sucks you have to do that, but that's just the way you have to do it. So with this still open, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down here, and you'll see MC4WP, and you'll go in here and you'll click on, right-click it, and click on Forms, and click on Open a New Link in New Tab. So it'll show up here. So now we have this guy all in here. Now, if you don't already have a form in here, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go over to Mailchimp. If you know this is a new event, you're going to have to go to Mailchimp, you're going to have to log in, and then you're going to have to create an audience for this specific one. So you're going to have to go in, you're going to have to create an audience so that then you can sync that audience with our WordPress account. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you just duplicate audiences.
Exactly. The fastest way to do it is go in here, view audiences, find an audience that's the same, like that's really similar.
Wasn't there a workshop last year done?
There was. The only reason I'm not going to use those ones is because there were a lot of errors. And the reason there was just a lot of errors that happened. So, so in here, like say we have, so the fastest way to get to the newest ones, go to 100, scroll all the way down. Crap, don't click on one. Scroll all the way down, and you'll see the newest ones in here. So I already have an online workshop right here. It's similar. It's not the right one, but it's a similar one. So I can go in here, I can click on the right, and I can click Replicate Audience. So I go over here, and now I take the name, and I change the name in here. So I go back to this event, it's right here, and I'm taking this name. I want them all to make sure they have the exact right name, so there's just no confusion whatsoever. So online workshop, seller education, and then I write the date on it. So I put, okay, we need the date, which is 3/10/20. So boom, 3/10/20, replicate. Now I have that audience in there, but it doesn't have any campaigns in there yet. So I go back to campaigns real quick. I switch over to the one I want, which will be all the way at the bottom.
Yep.
So you scroll all the way to the bottom real quick. It's at 3/10/20, so we're good. I go over here, I click Create Campaign. The first one I'm always going to have to click Create Campaign. So you're going to go in here, you're going to click on Email, you're going to click on Automated. Yep. Welcome new subscribers. You can change this if you want, but you really don't have to. Again, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. 3:10.
Yep.
Begin. Change the subject to be correct. So it's thank you for registering for Mail Merge.
8?
It's 10.
That's 10.
Yeah. Mail Merge 10. I'll change this. Find out more about your course in this email. That's the preview line that shows up on Outlook.
Yep.
So I would save these and have these like in a notepad on your
So
desktop.
you just copy and paste it.
Exactly. So when you know you're working on this, you can just flip over. That's how Erica used to do it. She used to just save these and put them in her notepad. So boom, you click on Edit Design. The first one you're always going to have to do this with. So you're just going to have to go, okay, cool. You go into here, you click back into Template. Click on Save Templates. You scroll down, you find out what it is, and you're looking for the welcome email.
Yep.
General auction event welcome email. If it's something else, if it's an auction AMA, auction a cred is a different one. Technology is a different one, like all those ones.
Okay.
So you look for the right one. General auction event, welcome. Boom. Change template. So then you're good on there. You'll scroll down. You want to make sure, again, these all say Mail Merge, Mail Merge, Mail Merge, Mail Merge. The reason why is because that's going to pull in all that information for you. So you know that if this email says Mail Merge all through this, that it's correct as long as you change the forms information back in here. So which I'll show you in a second. So the biggest thing is just make sure those are done. You click on Save and Continue.
And those are all correct?
Yeah, as long as they're in there, they're correct.
Okay.
And you'll learn over time, like that you can play around with it. So like again, when I go click back in here and I show you this, these mail merges represent values, and so all the values
the
are
name of the course,
exactly
the time of the course, the day of the course. Whatever.
So if I click on fields right here, which we can just do this part since I'm back here. So let's just do this
I'll
real
find the
quick.
right one.
So I'll find one that's similar. So again, online workshop, and I'll click it, and I'll go bulk actions, click duplicate, and click on apply. You want to remember this number while it's doing it. So 1035.9. Don't change that one because that one's still linked to something. 10.425 is the one now we're working on because that's the new one. That's the duplicate one. I can rename it. I can do everything for it. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to change that date again. So 310. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take this event name right here, and I'm going to change this event name. And again, this just helps us so we can future-proof this. Yep. So in here, these are all the values that show up back here. So you see mail merge 10. If we go over here, mail merge 10 would be equal to online workshop working with buyers negotiation. And that's not right.
You have to change it back
Exactly.
to seller or whatever it is.
To the correct event title. So I go over here, I paste that event title in first because I already had it from up here. And now I just start changing this information. So
10.
exactly. So 310, March because it's 3, 10, change the time. And then I believe it only goes to 12:30. And then I change the date if I need to change the date. I believe it's on the right day. I believe that's a Tuesday. 10 to 12 is what I have on here. So boom. Yep, it's a Tuesday. So change this because it has 10 to 12 just so they don't get confused.
Yeah.
And you can leave these blank right here.
Okay.
These are for auction a cred.
Okay.
So auction a cred, you'll write more information in because you need a second date, a second day of the week, a second, all that stuff. So you just make sure. If they get emails that are wrong on their automated emails, like if they ever have a mistake, and you go in here and you look at the emails and it says mail merge, mail merge, mail merge, mail merge, then you know that it's not in here that's causing a mistake. The reason why the mistake is happening is because this information was never done right.
Got it.
Does that make sense? And this information can be done right, but you still have to go over here and you have to go into settings and you have to make sure you're sending it to the right list. Now that's the piece, this is where we should have waited for a couple seconds because what you have to do, I'll save this real quick and I'll show you. So it's the wrong list right now. So just remember that it's going to the wrong list. And the reason why we'll know that is we can go back to here and we can go to forms.
You didn't update it?
Yeah, I didn't sync it yet. So you'll notice it says online workshop seller education 31020, but over here lists it's going to online workshop working with buyers negotiation 21120. Well, that's wrong. So we don't want that. So we go back here, we click on Mailchimp right here. And if we got to click this renew Mailchimp's list. So what I usually do is I create all the audiences first, like 15 of them, so that I can click this button and then start going back and forth with all the things I need to create. So now if I go back to forms, now we have that one in there. It says 90 now, so it went up a number. We go in here, we go to settings, and now we've just got to change this. So the hardest thing I have a problem with is sometimes I'll just like search for this and I'll forget to uncheck it. Now it's going to 2 of them. And so that's the worst. But I hit Command F, and I just type in the first digits of the date, 310. There'll be a 310 here, there'll be a 310 here, and there'll be one more, which is right there. So it's the fastest way to get to that exact list. And I go save changes. Now we just got to finish up the automation. So we're back on Mailchimp. We click Save, Continue. Those mail merge titles, again, those are our bread and butter. As long as those are good, we're good. Click Start Sending right here. We click Start Now. We go back to Campaigns. We switch back to an older campaign, the one that's similar again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can go to this one. And then see the specific date one. That's the one we need because this is the 4 days before, the day of, and the following one. This is the one when they first register. So if they register on the day of the event or the day before the event, because they're not going to get a lot of these, well, you want to send this one too. So in here, this is the one for the 4 days before and everything like that. You click on replicate, you drop it down to the right one, this one will be at the top, which is good, but it's a little confusing because the other one's all the way at the bottom. So you go boom, you click on next. The cool thing about these are, you shouldn't have to touch these. You shouldn't have to go into them and look at them and change them. The only thing you would maybe change is like when they happen. Maybe you want it to do 3 days before, maybe you want a different time, whatever it is. I usually, just because I like OCD, I go in here and I click on one of them. And I'll go over here and be like, okay, mail merge 10 is coming up. I know mail merge 10 every single time. That's why I made it mail merge 10. Mail merge 10, it's an even number to me. That's the course. So you go in here, you click on next. That looks good. Boom, mail merge, mail merge, mail. It all says mail merge still. And then you go over here and you click on save and continue. And now I just trust that these are good. I mean, you can zoom in a little bit if you want to and look, and it'll say test, 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 test. Test is fine. Test is good too. Mail merge is good. Test is good because you know it's going to get replaced. And then you go like that. And you can even, if you have contacts in there, it has this enable live merge tag info. So you can check this on and it'll put people's information in there if you have people already registered for it. So if you really need to prove it. Once you're done, you click on next. Boom, click on confirm and click start sending. And that's start to finish how to get an event that's a course that you want those automated emails for.
But now you put the link onto the hub to.
Correct. Yep. That's the last part. So good job. So right here, take this guy. Boom, copy, edit event. I go right here, register for this course. I make this big. I always put it 26.
Or header it.
You can, it's still not as big. So I do 26 and I do bold, and then I just drop it.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Boom.
Where'd you grab that link from again? On Mailchimp?
Yep. No, sorry, not on Mailchimp. On the form section in the back.
Okay, on the end.
That's why I leave these all open. So I go
no
boom,
problem.
boom, and boom, and I just keep running through this. So while I save this, so before, this is how I really do it. Is I go over here when I'm editing this. Before I save this, I scroll to the bottom. It's right here. I copy this, and then I click save, and then I just bounce, because then this is gonna load.
Yeah.
I don't care, and so I'll drop it in while this is finishing up, and then I just make sure this is all good.
Okay.
So
that's true. Gotcha.
that's just a way to keep rolling.
So you can copy that link in immediately, and
Anytime.
everything will be fine.
Yep.
It will automatically update it every time.
Yeah, as long as you click on that save. So this link is always going to represent whatever this is.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could change this 2 weeks from now, and new people
That
will
link will
start.
be fine.
Yeah. So then once I'm done with everything, I go in here, I click on the link. If I really want to make sure, if I'm having issues, and there's been a lot of issues when it comes to all this stuff, so I've just been making sure. I'll go in here, type in my information, because you can type in your own. Boom, click on sign up, make sure it runs through. So it says, thank you, your sign up was blah, blah, blah. Cool. I go back to campaigns right here and just make sure it says one now. But that's the wrong one, but same thing. It says one.
Yeah.
So it'll say one
And
now.
you've got an email.
Yeah, I can even click that and see that it's me, and then I can look through this too. So when you're testing these and learning how to do this, go through and be like, okay, cool, event date right, month is right, day is right, start time right, end time right, event date, that's the wrong word, I'll change that, but that should say event title, yeah, I'll just change that.
Day of the week.
Day of the week, everything's right. So
Cool.
Well, it says event date. Let's make sure it's all right. I also made this when I was half asleep. I know mine come into my other folder.
Weird.
Come on. And these do take a minute, because they're hitting Mailchimp and then going out, so.
Sure.
Okay. So, anyways, I'll stop the video. That's how you walk through it. Just make sure it all is all right. You can change this in here too, so these columns and everything like that. These are right. They're somewhere else. I don't even know how to change them right now, but I
You
can
mean
change
as
it.
column names?
Yeah, the column names.
How would
which-
you change it through Mailchimp?
Yeah, I just don't know where. So, but that's the right one. Even though it says event date, I just know it's the right one.
Okay.
So, that's mail merge time.